Hey guys, Priten Vora here from RumoredNightsPress. We're here with Frida Sundemo, a Swedish artist who's here in LA for a show tomorrow. And yeah, we're just going to talk to her for a little bit and see what she's all about. So, Frida, feel free to introduce yourself and kind of how you got started with music and everything else.
Hi, I'm Frida Sundemo from Sweden, and I've been working with music for like 6 or 7 years full time. And I started out playing like classical music and writing like instrumental pieces. And then later on at first I played the French horn and the piano, but then I learned how to play the guitar, and it made me want to sing to the music, and I started to write
Nice.
songs.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, just from what we were kind of talking about earlier, like you were studying medicine, when you finally decided to pursue music full time, you kind of put that on hold, but are you going back for that, or are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I will go back sometime.
Yeah, finish that off, and also, you know, keep touring and putting out music and stuff, so doing all sorts of really cool stuff. Now, here, like, did you recently release a video, I think, right? Or
A video?
I saw the video for Gold.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I released an album last October. So, and I did like 2 videos.
Nice. And Gold was the recent one, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Are you planning on releasing any more stuff soon, or are you mostly just touring?
In like a couple of weeks, I'll release an acoustic version of a track I did together with another artist called Caspo. It's like a electronic pop song, and I'm doing it like piano string.
You're doing sort of a acoustic-y kind of version of it? Okay, cool. Nice.
And then I'm gonna release like the last single of the album. It's Islands, with like a remix package and an acoustic version too.
By the way, she also were you starring, or were you kind of a support character in Kill Your Friends with Nicholas Hoult? Right? Yeah. So also, you know, film actress. Kind of that was your first and only current film role, but you might do more. Keep a lookout. So yeah, and I mean, out of like all of this, these various things you do, is there anything that you find in all of them that draws you to medicine, to film, to music, or anything like that? Or
I can't put it in words. It's like just a feeling. Like I get curious in different things, and then I just have to do it. It's like,
you deep dive into all of it. Yeah. You basically there's nothing, you know, kind of half-hearted. You gotta dive into everything.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I learned to solve the Rubik's cube a couple of years ago, and I was just for like 4 days I didn't do anything else. I was just practicing.
Oh, I think Anna sent me an email. She's like, she can solve a Rubik's cube in 42 seconds. It's like, cool. So yeah, clearly, I mean, anything you put your mind to, clearly you deep dive into that and really go hard on it. So that's awesome. And obviously, it's resulting in like U.S. tours and resulting in big things. So keep that up. But yeah, and I also noted that I did see one other interview with you. I think you noted some of your influences, like Hans Zimmer and a wide variety of musicians as well. Like, who do you kind of draw that from? And is it one or two people in particular, or just anything?
Like a lot of stuff. Like I love that, like big orchestral epic sounds, and also like small fragile sounds. And I love the contrasts, the big and the small.
And I kind of noticed that a little bit as well in the Gold track and videos. Like, there are parts of it that are very kind of sweeping and like can really pull you, and then there are other parts that are very quiet and very very subdued. So kind of blending a little bit of both, and kind of making it flow. Yeah, I don't like when you go in to the studio, to write and record and stuff like that. Are you like what are you coming at it from? Like what's your perspective that you're coming at it from when you're approaching a new song?
I want to get that that special feeling that I want to be curious at the music, like the feeling of the music. So usually it starts with like chords, harmonies, and or a soundscape, something like that. And it can also be like a melody or sometimes like a lyric, but usually it's more like harmonies and like the bigger picture, like a feeling.
Yeah, so sort of kind of an undefined kind of idea or feeling, and then kind of bringing that, and then how do you then kind of focus that into, okay, now I really know what I want to do with it, and harness that into, okay, this is now a track.
I never know. I keep playing it until I feel like, oh, this is something really good. Then I record it, then I maybe try singing something to it, or playing another synth, or doing a beat or something. And then, like, the more pieces you put to it, the easier it is to feel like, oh, what's next? It's
starting to come together,
exactly.
Right? And yeah, okay.
And then finally it's like, oh, now it's finished. That's the trickiest part.
Yeah, knowing when, because you always want to keep tweaking it and perfecting it and stuff like that a little bit. Yeah, so I do the same thing with photos, so I understand. But yeah, and then where, like, in that process, do you also kind of have to weave in what to make the song about, in terms of the lyrics and the what emotion or what message you want to convey, right? Like, does that come in from that initial idea, or is that something that kind of shapes throughout?
Usually it shapes throughout, or I just sometimes when I record like a melody idea, I just sing whatever, and it could be like super weird words, or sometimes it actually is something really good, and then that could be like the whole theme of the song,
right? And
sometimes I've been thinking about like a theme, like a message I want to say, and then either I could start with a sentence, and I write the music around that, or I just think about the message and make the music around that, and then I write the lyrics. But I think lyrics, it's the hardest part.
You're much more of like a musical sound person, So, and does that kind of does that carry from song to song, or do you kind of think about one or two concepts and then that becomes your whole album, or do you have a bunch of different ideas and things that you want to convey in each song, or is it like kind of connected throughout?
Yeah, when I do an album, it's connected in some kind of way, but you want like the dynamic both in the music and the lyrics.
Right.
So it's like a red thread, but it could be
right. It's kind of threaded, but there's still separate ideas and stuff throughout. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, there's the idea of like, oh no, they're completely disconnected. There's the like thread throughout, but there's still separate ideas, and then like there's this whole album is all this one exact concept. So I just wanted to get an idea of where your headspace is at, like that.
Yeah.
So cool. And then did you say you're obviously you're working on like the acoustic album and stuff like that. Are you also working on like a more full feature? Is that for later down the line, or is that just gonna release the acoustic stuff, gonna tour a little bit, and then think about that down the road?
I'm always writing new stuff, so I'm just writing a lot of stuff at the moment, and I'm thinking came out going in a lot of different directions, and I haven't decided which one yet, but yeah, I like the idea of working with an orchestra and doing like really big stuff.
that would be so awesome.
That would be cool.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, like how I don't know how you can put something like that together as far as just like logistics and like money wise and that kind of stuff goes, but I've just coming from like a video game background, I love when I see something like the London Orchestra or the video games live, like that orchestra perform classic video game songs but reimagined in big like orchestral numbers. So yeah, I love the idea of that full orchestral music as well. All right, well, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.